What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a special episode of Tank Radio live stream, pre-recorded fully edition. This was pre-recorded in the following weeks because just how things lined up, and it's being released early because we're going to be talking about the Go Kit Challenge. I am going to go ahead and get started here, so that means adjust your speakers because it's going to happen. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Frank, KG5HJ, and welcome to my special episode of Tank Radio. We're going to be talking to Kelly, and we're going to be talking to Scott about the special upcoming Go Kit Challenge. And as always, y'all, we're going to play that awesome intro video! Oh, oh, oh. Quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio. What is up, y'all? Welcome to a special episode of Tank Radio. This is releasing on my off-stream week because it's just so important, and I wanted to get it out there because in a couple of weeks, the Go Kit Challenge is coming up. It's going to be March 15th, and it's going to be so much fun, and we're going to be looking at other people's Go Kits, and it's a challenge, so it's also mean it's a contest, and there's going to be judging, and then there's going to be some light food and all this other stuff. Before I get into it, though, I just wanted to say thank you to all of y'all for watching. Thank you to my supporters. You can support me on Patreon and also YouTube membership. You find links in the description below, or if you're on YouTube, click the membership button and support me, Tank Radio, and help me continue doing these for you. Y'all keep me going and you keep me supported, and I can't make this channel happen anymore without y'all support because I'm getting so big. I'm going to many places. This is so much fun, and I want to keep doing this. So thank y'all for your support. And the mouse pads are available over on Corky QRP's Etsy site. Links for everything I'm about to talk about in the description. And Gigaparts, there is special 5% off for you tankers out there. Use Tank at checkout, get 5% off of special items. Click the description link, and it will show you which items that are available. And audio podcasts, my audio podcasts are released every week. That means there's 4 audio podcasts a week. Sometimes there's 5, and it means 2 audio podcasts are not on YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and hear those special audio podcasts, search Tank on any podcast or app out there. Search Tank Radio at any podcast or app you have, and you'll find me, Tank Radio. And it is so much fun. We just recorded tonight, Texas Hams, and then from there we rolled into the pre-recording for Kelly and Scott of the Go Kit Challenge. And this was just kind of scheduling thing, and I wanted to get it out there. And this turned into a whole 45-minute segment, man. We just had so much fun. We just let the camera go and we keep on rolling. So let's go ahead and get into it. Scott, Kelly, pass Frank, take it away. Perfect. All right. I always say that at the beginning. Here I got Scott and Kelly from the Go Kit Challenge. We got a Go Kit Challenge coming up March 15th. Did I have that date right?
Yes. Correct.
Yes. See, I got my stuff. I know what I'm doing after all these years. The Go Kit Challenge is coming up, and I just kind of wanted to get with y'all to help promote it and get the word out there and just kind of explain what's going on. And I'm just going to jump right into it. How did the Go Kit Challenge come about? How was it conceived?
Too much Whataburger.
Whataburgers. I love this story. So what?
Whataburger and soft drinks.
Best ideas coming out of Texas at Whataburger.
That's right.
And it was a late night. It was after a club meeting, and Scott and I were talking about, well, what can we do to, neither one of us at that time had Go Kits. I still don't, but that's another story.
We had never seen a Go Kit.
I've never seen a Go
Everybody,
Kit. We wanted to,
yeah,
people
everybody
would
talked
talk about them, but we hadn't seen them. We wanted to get an idea what's in a Go Kit. If we were going to build one, rather than try to start from scratch, let's take the ideas that others have and things that they've already built. So we wanted to come up with a way to get people together. And so we came up with the Go Kit challenge, and it was like, all right, well, how do we actually get them to show up? Because typically, if there's not a if there's not food or a prize involved, people aren't going to come out. So it was the prize thing was all totally tongue in cheek, and it was just a lot of fun. And so we threw this thing together in just a matter of, I don't know, 2 months, and that was how the
about,
first one got started.
if that. I don't think it even took 2 months because, well, maybe it did because I got sick and Kelly ended up having to do it all himself.
Yeah, that first
I
year,
laughed.
yeah, that first year, I think we had 5 Go Kits actually come out, set up, and show their kits. Um, and it was just it was a really, it was a very laid back and fun event. We probably had maybe 15 people show up for the whole thing, and but it was just a lot of fun. It was a good group. We walked around at that point. We went from as a group, we went from one kit to the next to take a look and let that person tell us, hey, this is my kit. Here's what it does. Here's the why I did the things I did. And so it gave people an idea of what they could put in their own kits or how they could add to an existing kit, that kind of stuff. And so it was a really neat deal. And now we've grown to, I think we had 35 entries last year with 96
Yeah.
people present. It was pretty amazing.
In a thunderstorm, mind you.
Yes.
Yes.
I remembered all of us were huddled underneath the pavilion. Several people did chance it and set up their stations outside, but
We
it
did.
held off long enough. We right as we broke down and got to the cars, it started raining.
Yeah.
So what constitute a go kit? What makes up a go kit as it's just for a definition?
It's not a radio in a sack.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if I can share my screen,
Yeah, give me a second.
okay,
That's usually
I can show you. I'm going to go to our website for the Go Kit Challenge and show you an example of some of the rigs.
you should have access
Um,
now.
so basically, we started out, we were doing strictly portable Go Kits. It had to be something that was self-contained, could be carried into a separate location, set up, and able to get on the air. We at that time we didn't allow for mobile rigs, and we just wanted it to be something that say you got deployed to a shelter, you needed to be able to take that box, go inside, set that up, run an antenna out the door, and be able to get on the air. That was the real goal. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, so that was the real goal is we wanted to be able to demonstrate that we've got a portable kit that we can take anywhere and set up to create a mobile or a portable radio station.
So
So
Yeah,
there's some,
that one you first showed was my kit.
your kit with the two radios or
Yep.
two radios,
Yep.
and I see a
That's right there.
yep, I see a FT 891 along with another Yaesu radio. I forgot the model of that one,
That was the 400.
the
Which
400.
Yeah, I changed that out to a 500, and it's still the 991 in there.
Nice, and so it's meant to be mobile. It's meant so you can bring it up, break it down with a battery because you got to have a battery somewhere. You're not running off of shore power, right?
correct. Had to have internal power or
And
just some alternate source of energy. You could not plug it into the wall.
We've
no.
had folks show up with solar panels as well,
Mm-hmm.
run off solar. On the days it was sunny,
I threw mine up a couple of times just to show it's there, and I can plug into it. But I don't think I've ever really. Every time I've been out, it's kind of been overcast, except the first year I went out there.
that was cold.
It was cold. I
Yeah.
think that year I was bundled up in a jacket. So, what are the categories we have for the Go Kit Challenge?
So the main one is the People's Choice winner. That's what I simply call it the Go Kit.
Mm-hmm.
We also call it the Hammer Cup. That's the People's Choice. That's the one that's been around the longest, and yeah, that's the one that usually everybody's duking it out for. We added a category after the gentleman showed up, which we do not have pictures of the car. It was an absolutely phenomenal little car that showed up when he heard we were doing a Go Kit challenge, and he brought a vehicle. And after that weekend, Kelly said, we really need to add a mobile category. And then a gentleman showed up. He didn't have a license that year, but he showed up with an Outlander trailer that he built up. And
Oh yeah.
after that, we just determined it absolutely had to be done. We had to have a mobile category. And then last year we added the 50 and over category, which caused a lot of confusion. People thought you were 50 years and older to participate. So, well, we had to tell everyone it's for the text guys.
So that's what I'm showing here. My friend Paul came out and won one of those years with the Jeep, soon to be my Jeep, and he
Hold on.
won. Yeah, Prep Ham Paul, and I talked to him. I believe he is going to be coming out, and I'm looking forward to it. Um, and
Paul has participated in every Go Kit challenge from the beginning.
mhm.
Since the inception, yes.
Since the inception, he's been at every single one of them. Bubba has been there 3 times or 4.
I think Boba's been there 3 times. One of the year we created the category, it won. It was there the year before.
Mm-hmm.
It won the first year we had a mobile category. It won the second year we had a mobile category, and then this past year Jim Lavin won.
Nice.
But
I haven't won.
I will tell you, Frank,
Yeah.
if you make him an offer, make him a sweet offer, now might be the time to jump on that boba.
Yeah, it's down for some repairs right now.
Yes, it is.
Still, it's
Still down for
been
repairs.
about a year. I was talking to Paul about it, and hopefully shortly it will come out. Oh, so right now I'm just letting the pictures roll on the screen. We're showing a satellite. This gentleman
Yeah.
has a satellite arrow antenna hooked up to maybe a Baofeng radio and a audio recorder on a tripod, and that's pretty cool. Thought about doing just a UHF VHF one, or also as far as a category.
So the 50 and over category is really designed for the VHF, UHF.
Oh yes, yeah.
The whole idea behind that is, we had these guys coming out for the main prize, the People's Choice, and they had HF gear, they had dual bands, they were really big and elaborate kits.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to thinking, for the technician that's just getting started, they're not going to have all of this flashy equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe we need to create a category that's directed more towards the technicians, because we want to make sure that they're coming out and they're able to participate and they have a reason to be there. So we came up with the 50 and over category for that very purpose, to make sure that the technician class operators kind of had a class or a category all their own, to where they would be able to compete with the radios that they own. So the basic concept behind that is anything in the kit has to be something that can be operated by a technician class licensee.
Mm-hmm.
So now, granted, I understand there's some 10-meter privileges, but 50 and over just sounded a whole lot cooler than
UHF
28 and
VHF.
over.
Yeah, I like it. I'm flipping through some more images, and here's a previous K8. Oh, wait, that's the wrong screen. K8 MRD station here with the tank radio sticker I put on this table. Ha! And a couple of back, there is Paul and Boba.
There's Paul.
Go one back, go one over.
Yeah, this was the
Yeah.
that was the one we were talking about earlier. He didn't have his ham license yet.
Well, that particular year that he had the antenna on the back was the year that he did get his license.
Oh.
Showed up with a Baofeng in there connected to the J-pole.
Mm-hmm.
The year before he was an unlicensed, but he did bring the trailer out to show it off, and it was very very neat the way he had constructed it and all of its
We were
capabilities.
all drooling over it. Literally, we're like, "Oh, look at it! It has the grill on it. It has propane, and it has all this electric capabilities, and has a gas generator." I'm like, "Oh!" And then the camp, the his tent on top. Maybe yeah, maybe that would be the one. A complete campsite. So this is the this
This,
was Frank, other Frank, right?
yep, this is actually one of my favorites. Go ahead, Scott.
No, go ahead. I just
So
answered something here.
so everything that you see there folds up into a backpack,
Yes.
and it's just the fact that he has been able to make his kit so compact, and basically it's a, I'm not going to say weatherproof, but it does help to protect him from the weather if he needs to. He configures it in different ways to where he can block the wind, he can let in the sun, whatever it is. It's got a small camp stool, it's got a small camp table where he can set his radio, and but everything he has fits in or on the backpack, including his antenna, his batteries, his cables, everything he needs.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool. I do the backpack and 2 arm method, and multiple
There you
trips to
go.
the car. I need to
Yep,
make it
it's,
thinner. Yeah, and some of these others.
hey, who was that one that you just go back some?
Ammo can.
The
No, more. That's K8MRD. One more. Whose is that?
that's not my station.
That's not your station?
No, the green chair gives it away.
Oh, okay.
And I have a folding table that has 4 legs. Um,
Uh,
yeah, this wasn't mine.
okay. I was thinking maybe that was
It's
yours because I
close.
remember you having a relatively small table and a nice little setup.
Yep.
Maybe it's Tom Bowles.
That could be.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
looking at a is that an HF radio? Yeah, I think that is
yeah.
a
Yes.
Yaesu HF with a 9 amp hour battery and the Jank eponymous Evolve 3 laptop, which we just got done smashing.
Yeah, that wasn't Tom because he didn't have an Evolve 3 that I remember.
Oh, and he has a key,
Really?
so that should be a big giveaway that's not mine.
It is because that's Tom's key.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Oh, this is fun. I do like going out. I'm just gonna let the pictures roll here for a minute. If you see one, just go ahead and call it out. Going out and just seeing everyone's go kits, you get a bunch of ideas what you can do for a go kit and how the different ways to wire it up. Oh, this is the one we were also talking about. Um, this is a voting booth that he has retrofitted, and we're going to zoom in a little bit into. Well, he's retrofitted a voting booth to make it a go kit station that he can work standing up, and that's amazing. And then he has the windbreakers on the side. I call them
mhm.
windbreakers, but they're privacy partitions. So that's awesome.
Yep. And that was actually the first place winner in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Well, the idea was so unique. We're all like, "Oh, I can't believe we didn't think
Yes.
about that."
Well,
I
not
think
all of us have access to a voting booth.
No, but
I think he started that out the year before, but he came late because it was so cold.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
And yeah, he came out like 10 o'clock. The rest of us have been there since 8. So
Mm-hmm.
he didn't get as many tickets. That last one back there, I think, was Coleman's. They had the display in the.
Yes, the display he built into
yeah.
the hard case carrying
Yeah.
briefcase, 2 radios, nice display, a Pi he had going. That was a nice, and I think his antenna is just right onto his battery pack. He has it right there for the UHF VHF station. I was looking for one particular. I don't see the pictures, but last year we were all, hey, that was me.
Wait, that was yours.
Yes.
clear case is the one that I remember.
Yeah, this was me with the Yaesu FTDX10, the throw rope if I need to go into a tree, and just the battery. It's just so simple, and it all goes into a backpack minus the table I had to carry. That's was the two hands, the solar panel on the table, and a chair. But yeah, I haven't got it onto a box or anything just because I like to put it into a backpack and carry. So I less trips to the car and I can actually hike a little bit if I wanted to. But yeah, that
And
honking radio does come with me to parks.
that's cool. And that's one of the things about the Go Kit Challenge is you get to see, the guys that want the hard case that they can carry into the shelter and that kind of stuff. You've got the guys that want to be able to just put it on their back and hike up, whether they're doing a summits on the air or they're doing POTA. The ability to just put it on, but to see the radio that they use, to see what they're using for a power supply, how do they transport their antennas, all of that stuff makes a huge difference to for someone that's wanting to put together a kit and make something to go portable in whatever mode they choose.
Hmm. Where is it going to be held this year?
My house. No, I'm kidding.
No, no.
No, it's the same place.
Yep, we're going to be at Doubletree Ranch Park in Highland Village.
Hmm.
It's 310 Highland Village Road. So if you're coming from the north, you would take the Garden Ridge exit and you would hang a right on Highland Village Road, and it's probably about 2 miles up on the left-hand side.
And it's going to be from 8 p.m. to 12.
Yeah, 8 to 12. We've got the park for the whole day. I went ahead and I was able to reserve the pavilion for the entire day. That way, we're not in a rush to leave. Last year, we had someone else that was going to come in and take over the park after we were done. It worked out fine because it started raining on us. Um, but anyway, we've got the park for the whole day. So even if we do the award ceremony at noon and present the trophies and whatever, we can still keep radio set up and people can continue to play radio.
Hmm. Awesome. And
That-
setup
That's
starts
8
no
p.m.
earlier than
That's
7
8 a.m. Frank.
8 a.m. Did I say 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
I 8 a.m. You're right. And setup is no earlier than 7:30.
Yeah, we'll probably be there between 7 and 7:30, but yeah, we don't want anybody on the field until we're there. That way, if there's any issues, we've got the paperwork to say, "Hey, it's our pavilion. Get lost."
Somebody tried to get in there at like 6:30 last year.
Oh,
No, no, it's too early.
I can tell you, we're not going to be there that early.
one thing that just came to me, a couple of years you had a some of the mobile EOC units out there that we could poke our head in. Is that going to happen again this year?
They are invited, so
Yeah.
we've invited any club that would like to bring their club mobile unit, whether it be a trailer or a motor home or a used ambulance, whatever it might be. They're welcome to bring it out. We don't have a category for them to enter. It would strictly be just so that they could show it off and show some of their capabilities to the other ham radio operators. Because we're getting ham radio operators from all over the Metroplex now, it really is a good opportunity for guys to get to see what communications capabilities other cities and other counties have available.
Nice, nice.
Although that has been kicked around, doing one in between clubs and getting EOC vehicles and turning that into a contest. Yeah, there's been a few late night conversations on that subject.
Have you seen the Denton EOC mobile vehicles? Because they're going to win hands down if they
Yes.
show up. Because it's
Oh
just
yes.
because they have like multiple vehicles and there's money there, and they did a great job for those mobile vehicles. I seen them when I went up there to took some emergency MCOM classes, and they're beautiful, including
Yes.
sleepers. They have places for you to sleep. I
Uh-huh. Yeah, Goliath is probably the one you're talking about.
yes.
It is completely a communications and command platform, and it's got more radios than you can shake a stick at. The communications capabilities are just phenomenal, not just in the cargo area where you could set up an entire dispatch center and have a conference room in the back, but even up in the cab of the vehicle, there's plenty of space and there's radio communications gear in the cab as well.
Yeah.
It is a phenomenal piece of equipment. And yeah, and
I
that's just one of the that's the poster child, or the oh, what do you call it, the keystone.
mhm.
But there's a lot of support vehicles that go with that. They've got a portable radio tower, or a mobile radio tower, that it has to be towed behind a F-750.
Mhm.
So it's a very large tower, goes up to I think 120 feet.
Well, if you get a
It's
couple of clubs interested, you might just say emergency ecom showcase, and then list the clubs underneath it, just to say, hey, these are who's coming to check these showcasing
we have
their EOC vehicles.
Yeah, we have already kicked that idea around, and yeah, that would be really cool. We gave thought at one point of creating an emergency vehicle challenge, and creating categories where ham radio club of a certain size and another ham radio club of this size, and then a government agency, and
Mm.
do it something like that. But we've kicked it around. Go Kit Challenge keeps us busy. We run a net on Sundays, so that keeps us busy. So we just haven't taken that step yet.
No, we're never busy.
We're never busy.
Never, never. That's awesome. Anything you want to kind of highlight for this year before we take off here?
Food.
Food. I like food.
So to give you an idea, we've got a guy that comes out and he brings coffee and donuts and hot chocolate and all of that kind of stuff. He sells that, and it looks like this year we may have a guy bringing out brisket. So we may
Ooh.
have some brisket sandwiches available, and then the money that's raised from that goes to fund Texas State Parks on the Air for the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club and their outing for that. So it's kind of neat to see how the different projects go together and how they build upon one another.
Nice. I love that. I love that. So, bring a couple of bucks to help donate if you're going to pick up some of the food.
I think there might even be some radios to give away.
Oh, what are the prizes?
I
What?
don't know.
Where did you hear that?
I don't know. Somebody
Oh.
said it last night.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Working on it. We're working.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what we can do. There will be some giveaways.
Mhm.
Don't know that it's going to be a radio.
We should have
I
led
do
with
know
that.
you're-
Have you got an extra to give away, Scott?
Well, you're going to give. No, I don't. I sold it.
Oh, okay.
No, I do
So-
know that you're going to get a free pen this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Not a writing pen.
yeah, speaking of that, let's talk about that. So in the past, what we do is each person that comes out, we give them 5 tickets, and they go and put the tickets. Each competitor has a cup, a red Solo cup, and so you would take your ticket and drop it in the cup. What we're going to do this year is we're going to add a step to that. Before you drop it in the cup, you're going to write the call sign of the person you're voting for and drop it in their cup. That way, as we're counting, we don't have people combining cups to create a winner. We want to keep it to where it really is a popularity, or that's not the right word.
Yeah, popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest. To where it truly is a people's choice. And that way we can keep those tickets separated.
Nice. I like that idea. So we got to bring a pen though, then, so we can
No.
write.
No.
No,
We
we're
will
gonna
provide the
pens.
pin.
Ooh.
That was something we decided this year is that, okay, and we usually fund this out of our own pockets. Ham radio's been good to me. Ham radio's been good to Kelly. And he covered the park, so we covered the pins. Now, I have nothing to do with the color of the pins before anybody sees them. That was all on my wife.
Yes.
I love it.
And I gave her no guidance as to, no, we're not doing that color. I was just like, just find one, pick whatever.
She
So
did.
yeah, it's cute. Is that a good word for it?
I
Cute
love it.
It's blue and pink.
I love it. I love it.
Anyway, but the key is, I mean, we're there to have a good time, and that's really what this is all about. I mean, so much of this is, it started out, the awards part was tongue in cheek. It
Hmm.
was, the first year I gave a participation award to every single person that showed up. That's, and the joke was everybody gets a trophy, and then it has morphed into where we've got some pretty serious competitors that they're putting a lot of effort, they're putting a lot of money and a lot of thought into these go kits, and we want them to be rewarded for that effort. And so by doing this, where we tighten up on that voting rule, it's going to give those competitors a more comfortable and a more reassured attitude about, hey, it was a legit vote.
Hmm.
There's been less smack talk too since after COVID. Before
No.
COVID, you used to have guys that would just literally from the beginning of January until when we did this thing in March,
Yeah.
they were on each other every weekend about my kid's going to do this, my kid's going to do that. Now everybody's so quiet and secretive about things
Yes.
until March that, yeah. And I've seen a few of them here and there. It's kind of like, well, hey, you need to come see this. Okay, but yeah, we're not rigging anything here. I'm just here to tell you, bring your game, bring
Hmm.
the top
Yes.
of your game, because some
Yes.
guys have been planning their stuff all year long. Uh,
Hmm.
some of the stuff is, yeah, it's good. It's cool.
Yeah. I do. I got to hand it to our competitors that they really have taken the Go Kit Challenge to a new level. They've made it to where it's fun, it's educational, it's competitive, um, and that's good. We want some aspect of that. I don't want it to get so serious that it's all about the competition, because really what I want it to be is all about the learning from one another, and growing as a group, and building that camaraderie, and just bringing ham radio operators from all over the metroplex together to meet one another, and you find out, oh, this guy on the other side of town, he does this, and that's what I do, so we're going to talk. And it's been a really, really great event, and I love the way it's really come together.
Love it.
We've had several on social media, on Facebook. There's a Facebook Go Kit page, and yeah, the Go Kit Challenge got dropped in there.
Yeah, there's the page on Facebook. It's ham radio, I think it's ham radio go kits.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I could look it up, I guess, but anyway, but yeah, and there's some guys on there that show some really, really good kits. There's guys on there constantly looking for information and guidance. Hey, how did you do this? Hey, I'm having this problem. What do you think is the best battery for this size box? And just a lot of learning that goes on there. Here's an opportunity where you can actually touch it, feel it, play with it, ask questions to the guy that built it, and learn that way too. And that's what we really want to see.
Where's your Go Kit, Kelly?
Well, there's one over there, right that way.
He,
It's
he actually
under
has
construction.
he has all the parts to do it. It's to do it now.
Yeah.
Right. It's just putting the pieces together to make it work.
Nice. Are you using the Wagyu connectors? Because that was popular.
Yes.
You are. Because that's
Yeah.
easy. I used it a couple of times. I made a antenna connector for testing out of the Wagyu connectors.
I love them things.
They're amazing. They're easy to use, and I have a couple of those with the power poles put into them for the emergency. Well, what happens if you smash your connector or it gets loose and it doesn't work? Well, if you're on the road, you don't really have the tools to fix it, so you just pull off and restrip the wire and put it in there, and you're good to go again.
Just don't
That's
use them.
good.
Don't use them on 110.
Don't use them on 110.
Oh,
I've seen some results.
No, oh my god. Oh man. Yeah. Awesome. I'm looking forward to this. Me and Mike are going to be there. We're debating on actually entering because he said all last time at his table and hardly got any footage, so he didn't really do a full video on it. I spent majority of my time away from my table and recording and got a pretty cool video out of it. But I wasn't there to explain my kit, and that was half the fun. People want to know what's going on. Why did you do this or that or this or that? And that's when most people drop in their People's Choice ticket because they like the ideas and it's a FaceTime of personality. And mine was just, "Hi, I'm Tank Radio. Here is my POTA kit. I have this, this, and this. Thank you."
That is a complaint that a lot of the competitors have made is they do not have enough time to go around and look at the competitors' kits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're out there to show their kit, and then they're there to talk to the people that are going around looking for stuff. But they themselves don't have somebody to stand there with their kit
Mm-hmm.
as they get to walk around and do the stuff. I bring my wife so I can go.
Well, maybe have like the judging section, and then it'll be in like an a judging time where everyone's going around dropping in, and then after that, before we announce the winners, just slack time for everyone just to walk
Right.
around and talk at that point. But on the other hand, pushing 11, everyone's starting to get antsy and hungry, and kind of
Right.
we're ready to wrap up here. We don't need to wait another hour. I don't know how to
Yeah.
bridge that gap. But yeah, that because I enjoyed just walking around talking to everybody, and I
Mhm.
stuck a camera in everyone's face, which
Well,
I'll be doing
I
again.
I got to tell you, our appreciation to the YouTube community,
Yeah.
and you pretty much got that started. You were the first person to interview us and do something
Yes.
online, and that was awesome. And it has blossomed. And I think that's where a lot of the credit goes to the growth of the Go Kit Challenge is the publicity that we're getting through these incredible YouTube content creators and the message that they're putting out there to bring more people in. And it just, it's kind of funny because Scott's always worried about, oh man, we're not going to have enough people show up. It's going to be, it's going to be a small crowd. And I'm sitting here going,
Really
man,
the
with the
opposite.
with everything that we've got going on and the YouTube channels and
Hmm.
everything else, man, I hope we've got enough room and we can accommodate everybody and make everybody feel like they're important and a part of the event. And so, yeah, we have.
Well,
It
let's
is
talk
kind
a
of
little
funny
bit
to hear us
about the
sometimes.
growth because not just local clubs, but you got interests across the country of other clubs reaching out to you and be like, how do we put something like this together
Oh
and on
yeah,
our own?
Yeah,
Scott,
I got
share that.
I got a I got a contact that I guess he came in through Mike on Mike's channel. Is out of Jacksonville, Arkansas. Excuse me, Jacksonville, Florida. Why did I say Arkansas? Um, and he was talking about wanting to have it at their cam club. We had one that was on the GoKit page up until a couple weeks ago that they'd had it out in the Arizona area. Didn't hear the results of any of that, and we'd love to hear the results. But we are starting to hear more and more about places that are wanting to do the same. And really, we have a very loose way that we run it and that we do things. That doesn't mean you have to do the same thing that we do. Now, if you want to compete with us, then yeah, you probably need to have someone that has won each of your categories there, just like we do. But yeah, I'd love to see somebody have a winner from Florida and somebody having a winner from Arizona that all show up here in March in Texas. And yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah,
See, and I'm of the opinion that's too big, too much logistics.
a
It
go
starts to become work.
a Go Kit Challenge, national competition winners recognition circle, death fight to the death, Cosmo
Fight to
drone
the death.
style.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that
Fight to the death.
that no, that's a bit much. But you know what I would love to see? I would love to see the Go Kit Challenge happen in all kinds of areas. Not, and not necessarily saying, oh yeah, we got this idea from the guys over in the Dallas area or whatever, but to just say, hey, we want to do things to expand the hobby. We want opportunities to share knowledge and get people to grow in the hobby through fellowshipping, through learning together, through showing off their accomplishments, and keeping it fun. I think if we make it overly competitive that we lose some of the learning aspect, because then people are trying to hoard their ideas, and that is not the plan. Plan is to share those ideas so that we can continue to grow the hobby and grow one another.
Hmm. I love it. I love it, and I want to see this spread more. And maybe one day we can do a champions challenge where we gather people all over the nation.
It would be kind of fun.
We could attach it a part of a hamfest somewhere.
We could, oh yeah, we could do it at Hamcation, or we could do it up in Dayton.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that would be
Then,
fun.
then we'd need to form a 501c3 and be able to write
Oh,
off all of our travel expenses. And yeah, see, that's
oh,
just it. That's too much work.
You want to keep this fun.
We do, and that really is the bottom line. We've talked about doing a 501c3 and all of that business. We're just like, no, that's too much work. And we've pretty much decided, hey, it's not an expensive thing to pull off.
Mm-mm.
I drop $100, $200 on getting the pavilion, and then a few more dollars for knickknacks and whatever. All year long, I'm finding something that, oh, this would be a cool gift or a cool door prize for the Go Kit Challenge, and I'll just throw it in a box, and I got a box full of crap to give, or I mean, fine giveaway material
It's all
to
good.
to
It's
give
all
away.
good.
And that's just it. We run it on a shoestring budget, and blessed that we have the resources to do this. Like I said, we keep it on a shoestring budget. And we've gotten donations from clubs in the past. We will accept donations to help offset the cost. We don't mind that. Last year we received some donations, threw that money in an envelope, and it's still in the box over there ready for this year if we needed it for something.
that's something I want to say something before we close up too. The volunteers that volunteer their time beyond what just Kelly and I do. I mean, we've got people that last year stepped up and took care of the parking situation, because the year before we had an issue with parking. And we got a guy that he stepped up, took that on. The ladies that are now running the tickets because they wanted to take on the tickets. Scott Croft, M5FKU, has graciously donated the plaques. He spends time on his laser to do the tags, except for the tags that I forgot to take.
You forgot to take over there.
Now I have to do them. And same with the license plate. So if it looks different, that's on me. I did that. But yeah, just the number of people that have volunteered and stepped up. Jim Lavin for the website. That's been the neat thing about this is sure, it came from two guys talking at a Whataburger, but it's well beyond that now because of what everybody else has put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's kind of a really cool thing to see, even outside the metro. Is that it's growing because of other volunteers that want to do things, or other people that I won't say they get inspired, but conspiring. Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
And to see the way it's grown. I mean, last year our 50 and over category, Cliff, he won. He's from Paris. Mike is from down South Texas, Huntsville or something like that, Houston area. So the McKinney Club came over and practically had a club meeting at the Go Kit Challenge last year.
Oh, they're coming again this year.
And they are coming again this year. And so to see that, and I'd love to see more of the Metroplex come from the Dallas and Mesquite area, Garland, wherever it might be, Duncanville and DeSoto. Come on over. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a straight shot up 35, and we'd love to have you join us.
Yeah.
Come rain or shine, we will have a competition.
Yep.
Unless it snows. If it
The
snows,
only thing that will stop us is snow.
we will not have
Because
it.
it was raining last time. We touched about already, and we were just all crowded in a building. And the contingency case was you were going to skip the part where you had to make a contact to prove out your station. But normally, a part of the contest is to make a single contact on your respected band in your category to prove out the whole station's working, and it wasn't just a showpiece.
Right.
We had
Yeah.
one year we thought was a showpiece. That's why we came out with that. Before that, we didn't have that in the
Right.
rules at all. And it looked like so much of a showpiece, and it was his first year there, and he had so many tickets in the cup. I told Kelly, said, "We got to prove that that thing works, or they're gonna tear us to pieces."
Uh-huh.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
after that, we just kind of included that ever since.
I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Mike
Rain or shine, hot or cold.
Mike last year proved it out by a signal stick on using the G90. Proved that
Yeah.
G90 could tune up anything. Made a
Uh-huh.
contact.
That was crazy
That was
to see that
hilarious.
tune up on that little bitty string of an antenna. So yeah.
Awesome.
And yeah, I mean, and our goal again is just, to share that information and knowledge, teach one another, grow together. It's awesome.
You may have flyers on your table at Irving, won't you, Kelly?
Oh, hold on, I'll make a note. Print flyers for Irving.
That's awesome.
Don't-
Awesome.
Don't know if I still have any.
I will have some.
Well, again, that's the website is Go Kit Challenge, and it's March 15th from 7:30 a.m. start setup. 8 a.m. is the official start time to show off your stations, and it's going to end around noon. And it's at the Doubletree Ranch Park in Highland Village. Last thoughts?
Please come out and join us. We look forward to having everybody out there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Nobody told me you had to have thoughts.
Y'all have been great. Now
I know what I can plug.
Yeah, go
I know what I
ahead.
can plug. Every Sunday at 2:00 in the afternoon on the Scott, look up the node number for me. On the 146.92 repeater, W5NGU, the Denton County Amateur Radio Association, Scott or I or Bentley or Sean, one of us, serves as net control operator for the digitally speaking net. So feel free to come and join us on that. It's every Sunday at 2:00 Central Time. And Scott's going to look up the node number because we are on allstar.
My mouse went on my iPad.
We're also on the Richardson repeater, K5RWK. All-star node for W5NGU is 41087. So if you'd like to join us on that and see what we do on Sunday afternoons, I believe I'm going to say this Sunday, not knowing when this is going to air. I will be the net control operator. So please come and join us. It'll be fun.
We have this tradition on Wednesdays that we assign who's going to be host, and Kelly didn't say not it fast enough.
I love that. That's also how you decide presidents for clubs, right? Not it.
Yes.
And who's not here?
It.
Done. That guy.
Yeah.
Or you get put on the election committee, and you can't get yourself elected if you're on the election committee, right?
We've decided that is the secret. Be on the election committee. That way you cannot be elected.
Awesome, y'all. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be there, and it's going to be fun. Thank y'all for coming on and talking about us, and I'm looking forward to it. Say bye.
Thank you, sir. Later.
Woo, that was fun. To be honest, we kept on talking another 40 minutes after we turned off the camera about everything still going on. That is amazing. March 15th is going to be the Go Kit Challenge. Links for everything we talked about are already in the description to their Facebook account and to the Go Kit Challenge webpage and for the All-Star node that they were talking about in the regular net. Y'all have been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all my supporters, and thank you for watching. And as always, go forth and conquer. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer.